Last question before we go. This is a fun one. Who's on your Mount Rushmore? You know Mount Rushmore over wherever that is in the U.S. 4 faces that can either define football for you or that you would say are the 4 greatest players of all time. 4 faces. You can decide. If this can be your own personal Mount Rushmore, I can't debate it. I can't change anything for you. It's the 4 players that maybe matter the most to you, maybe inspired you the most, or the 4 players that were the most fun to watch. Who is on your Mount Rushmore? You define it however you like. But tell me who's on it, bro. Because I asked the Give and Go community the other day, and I got some really interesting results. I can reveal mine first if you like.
Yeah, who's yours?
For me, I utilize Mount Rushmore as a way to go about the 4 most era-defining, greatest players that we have seen. For me, Messi is on that Mount Rushmore. Pelé is on Mount Rushmore. Iconic, huge for the game. Messi, we already know everything about him. What do I have to say? Maradona gets on there for me as well. An insane icon of the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
Huge for the game in general, for the worldwide attraction toward the sport, and a hell of a character and celebrity, honestly. And what he meant to the game, incredible. And then I think I have to put Cristiano Ronaldo there.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah. So for me, my Mount Rushmore is Pelé, Maradona, CR7, and Messi. And I feel good about that. I don't feel like there's a flaw there. I feel like those 4 represent the game the best, both in the modern era and in the older era of football. They're all winners. They're all champions.
Yeah.
And they're some of the most skilled players the game has ever seen.
Actually, that's actually the perfect answer.
Right? I think so.
That's the perfect answer because if you consider it as a monument, a piece of art that you had to show an alien, someone who didn't know what football was, and you're like, just watch these 4 players play football.
For sure.
And you'll understand why it's the most popular sport in the world. Those would be V4 to choose.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there it is.
You don't think there's a debate for like maybe R9 over CR7?
There's no way because I feel like at the end of the day.
Ronaldinho maybe?
No, because Messi and Ronaldo.
Darwin Nunez?
Messi and Cristiano are the 2 best players of the last 20 years. And they have defined an era. And they have captured the hearts of billions. You can say the same thing about Pelé in the 60s and 70s in his era. And you can say the same thing about Maradona in the 70s, 80s, 90s in his era. Messi and Ronaldo are just the modern version of that. I think in between them, you had some greats. Zidane, Henry, Ronaldo, Ronaldinho. But were they as big as those 4 that you just mentioned? No. They weren't, because they were big. But these guys are, Mount Rushmore big.
Yes, sir.
So, yeah, for me, it definitely those 4. If you're talking about monumental players, it's got to be those 4. Who else would it really be, bro? Like, really?
Yeah, no, I don't know if there's anyone else. Maybe, I want to say like Iniesta or something, but.
Right, like, again, like a legend, bro.
Right.
A legend, but not as big as those 4.
I think Ronaldinho has a chance of getting on there. I do think R9 has a chance. I don't think they do, but I think they have a chance. Maybe like a Johan Cruyff for the sake of, old-timing.
Maybe if we asked like a Dutchman, he'd have Cruyff on there.
Yeah. But give me your Mount Rushmore of players that meant the most to you.
Right. If you're talking about founding fathers from like a Soltero perspective,
yes, sir,
who shaped the sport for me,
yes, sir,
it would definitely be Messi and Cristiano.
Oh, shit.
100%. I mean, just seeing those 2 battle since fucking 2009 has been literally defining for my football education,
yes,
man. Sir. And I think for everybody, that narrative, Messi versus Ronaldo, Barcelona against Real Madrid for a decade was truly eye-catching. And the fact that they're 2 out of the 4 biggest players ever to have played the game, yeah, they're going to be on my list because I've seen them play for so long, dude. So long. A third is going to be Antoine Griezmann for me.
Gotta be.
I've seen that boy play since he was at Real Sociedad. It's one of those things where I just wish we had the podcast 10 years ago. Because I was on Griezmann's hype train before he was even kicking a football.
Yeah.
I just looked at him and was like, this kid's going to be great. It's crazy how actually big he ended up being. Huge. Considering how low of a level he started at.
Yeah.
And I have seen his entire career play out.
Yeah.
And so that'll be something that I will only ever know. and I'll take it to my grave. So yeah, for that reason, he's on my Mount Rushmore. The fourth, I can't think of one, man.
Chicharito?
Right, I was thinking like, is it a CONCACAF player?
Pulisic?
Right, like
Is
is it
big for you?
like for example, like Brian Ruiz?
Oh, it's got to be
Because
Costa
like
Rican.
between like 2010 and 2014,
Oh, it has to be,
he
bro.
was one of my favorite players.
Yeah.
Like truly. Or is it more like
No. It's definitely Costa
him?
Rican, bro. It's
I think it is because
I didn't think about that, but yes.
right. I feel like it has to be a Costa Rican player, and my favorite Costa Rican player of all time is Brian Ruiz. So it would just make sense. But I just wonder, is there another player that's just saying like, "Hey, Soltero, like, put me on that Mount Rushmore"? I feel like there is.
There probably is, bro.
And yeah, so I have to really
John
think
Joe
about that
Shelby.
fourth one.
Yeah.
Right, but I was gonna say like Carlos Tevez was hella influential for me.
Ooh.
Hella influential.
I'm surprised they put both Messi and Ronaldo on there. I thought you would put just Messi. I don't know if you would. I didn't know if I envisioned seeing you put Ronaldo on there as.
Oh,
a truly-
okay.
I mean,
I see
you're
what
an
you're saying.
Atletico fan, man. Like that.
Yeah.
I thought you had hatred towards that man.
Oh no, I don't like seeing Ronaldo play. I never have. But the amount of times Ronaldo has been in my head, that is enough for me to put him on my Mount Rushmore.
Right.
I've thought about that guy every day for the last 15 years.
Yeah.
I can't say that about any other player realistically other than Messi.
Yeah.
So for that reason, he's got to go out there. But I want to say it's Ruiz simply
It's
because
gotta
of
be
what they
Ruiz. It's
achieved
Ruiz.
and what I had predicted they would achieve going into 2014. It's got to be. But I could see another
It's
player
gotta
being
be.
there.
It's gotta be. It's gotta be. I think that's it. I think that's
That
it
might
right
be
there.
it. All right.